it though. No one gets it. Everyone has to move.
Okay, everyone has to move, so that bouncer play, that leapfrog is not an option, but they still bouncer essentially all the way to the front of the zone if they want it. But expect that team who's at height right now, Blackish Trio, who's above Noah's, is to basically wait just a little bit longer.
Oh, I have the emo. Jay, let's do the emo. What? Why buy? Me buy. I'm gonna find it.
Looks like Erican's gonna elect to. He's gonna stretch that out a little bit. He's gonna stretch that target a little bit to give him a little bit more airspace, so to speak, to go over.
Oh my, and Thomas don't get into a fight as the zone starts.
I cannot find it. Yep, I cannot find it.
Right now, Blackie, they roll in. Vidil and O'Reilly are following right behind. They can jump right on top. Mid-air RPG. No, O'Reilly, you're too dynamic. He doesn't actually get too much off of it. But now,
yo, what's up, OG kid? We're just watching what it called the STF and what it called thing.
Yeah. Low on HP, Vidil falls all the way down as well, and now Noah's left at a 1v3.
Man, the battle for height is gonna leave both of these competitors wounded. Noah with the RPG now down to 1 HP. Can he hold on? And I think he's gonna go for like a last second RPG play. No mats. He does get some breather release.
Oh no! But I have that kid added. I have one of that kid added. Oh, I see my guy, my friend.
Yeah, so they got height at a big cost. Janice and Hen as well. Lose chat picks, but this is not bad. This is according to plan. Almost every game, we see this trio operating as just a duo. It's any one of the two players.
My friend.
They have these weights basically attached to their legs to slow them down, but I guess their kicks hit harder. Let's see what they got all the way in the middle of these boxes.
It's basically two solo superstars, essentially. They could be apart. They don't need to be together, but they will get necessary crucial buckets when they need it most.
And there is more duos still alive in the lobby following suit. It's Reason and Vidil up top, Flick, and I believe Thomas down below as well, who are lost with, you know, a Nos not being alive. We'll see how these guys can hold it out against trios all around the server as well. Flecking's trio, all alive looking for shots right now.
Hey, Booga!
Benji Fishy in the same box as Nos. He's trying to play a little bit of defense.
Bendy Fishy, RNG, Bendy Fishy.
Right beside each other. They're looking for the shots real quick. A Nos low HP.
NRG. I see the real one. I see the real one.
It's gonna take him out. Finds a way to stay low.
Wait, that's our friend.
No, that's not.
Now it's up to Vidil and Reason here.
That's the fake one. That's the RNG, but he's the NRG.
But they have to do it as a duo. Look at down below. This is
I know that, Dad. Lied.
Can Flick pop off? No, he gets popped instead. Goes down to Stacey, who was a solo hit himself. So that's going to be a big score for Energy's trio.
They're still alive?
These are the opportunities that you could rack up those points you got no business to. We got Kiko's trio in full force down below. Stacey is on the mid-ground fighting for his life, trying to hold on as much as possible. Now he has no choice here but being wood builds, and if someone sees him and they get him right down, gets bopped. Hen has an opportunity now to kind of hold on, but I think Reason sees him, and Reason's gonna push down below.
Hello?
Janice went down too, so one of the biggest threats not available. It's basically almost a full game of solo for Hen, but a full trio alive down below, so 3v2 v1.
Don't count Hen out. He can make a miracle happen here in this game.
Still 10 elims though for the high ground trio.
Gone.
High ground 2, the miracle. It's absolutely stopped in his path. Kiko takes a big shot straight in the face. He still have control of low ground. One of the best places to be inside the 9th zone in an end game. Reason and Vidil might have to just drop down into that box. Kiko going for the med kit play. He's trying to go for a mini heal off, so he has enough HP to go for the fight here. Reason and Vidil up top can't actually puncture any builds down below. It's all brick and metal. They'll have this impasse still here for the final seconds.
This will be whoever wins this will be the second victory out here in these finals.
Okay, we'll see exactly what ends up dropping down here in just a second. Still kind of a stalemate between both sides. The dual Reason trying to just puncture these boxes more with shots, with a little bit of piece control, but it's not possible. Reason drops down from the right side, gets Kiko. He gets traded. I think it's a 1v2 now. No, it might just be a 1v1 Slender versus Vidil. Okay, let's see what we got. Big bouncer, big shot, 100, followed by more. Vidil is insane, and he doesn't lose those.
Holy 13 elims and the big time tracking to get that big shot. Wow, that is what the kind of finish that they have, and they were able to do it with that crazy RPG play, bouncing right over, sneaking up behind Blackie's trio. That's what I'm talking about. That's the action I want here in the finals in day 2, Shio.
5 letters, 1 word, style for Vidil. That was just absolutely sick from the trio. I don't even think we were watching trios that game. That felt like duos and solos the whole way through.
It did, man. There was so much chaos, so much action. And hey, we could only keep up with what we can. We are going to need the help of the analyst to break it down more. Let's kick it to Zeke.
Yo, Vidil with the massive 100 off the enemy trying to launch pad up, or rather bouncer up, bro. We were just losing our minds, dude. What an incredible start here on the second day of finals. You know you have 6 games ahead of you. You know you're wanting to come out in first. And what better way than to drop 13 eliminations and a VR in game number 1?
Incredible. And you know, one of the things that I think we kind of missed a little bit there was when Resin dropped down behind them at the end, he actually managed to pick up 2 of them, not just 1. He managed to pick up 2 of them, making it that 1v1 situation at the end. And man, we kind of talked about this a little bit yesterday when we were looking at the other victory royale that this team had. Aim, mechanics. Like, these guys are winning in those 1v1 situations, and it's clearly proving here today.
Yeah, these guys are phenomenal, right? One of my favorite things about what was so effective for these guys that game, you know, not really goes down. They're playing as a duo, and, you know, they have so much ammo available. One of my pet peeves as an analyst is when I watch a team, they have, you know, 400 shots available, and they're not taking them. You know, you can't save your ammo for next game. You know, you've got to use it in the game you're playing. And these guys had relentless pressure, right? You know, some of the trios down below would have had no idea that it was a duo above them, right? Because these guys were constantly spraying, applying pressure, and it ends up leading to that victory. Great stuff. Also, congrats to my Portuguese Magnificos, man. Slender and them, great stuff. They picked up a victory royale yesterday. They pick up a victory royale to start off, or not a victory royale, they get second to start off today. So good stuff from those guys as well.
Yeah, and you don't even need the VR necessarily, right? Obviously, picking up that additional 5 points that separates first and second is going to kind of give you a little bit of a buffer. But yeah, I mean, there's just so much action, and it's so interesting to kind of come into the first day, because you can tell a lot of these trios are thinking like, okay, we can't make a mistake. If we do anything wrong here, it's going to cost us a lot. And we see a lot of these teams, even halfway through Reese, we're kind of watching the back, you're like, dude, this is so congested. There's so many trios that are just not wanting to move.
Yeah, and you know, that's kind of what happens, unfortunately, when you have these far side zones. And, you know, looking at some of how these top teams coming into the day kind of took part of that. You know, we saw Cammy's team, Sei and Teak, actually be the first trio to go out in the first game, unfortunately. And, you know, this is what's happened. Teams are adapting. And we saw kind of at this point, you know, Cammy split, very, very split, as the name suggests. These guys aren't landing close together, and teams are capitalizing. We saw Advise's team actually triple land on the slurp truck near Coliseum and instantly push into Cammy. They know where he's dropping, and that's an easy elimination. They ended up picking up both eliminations at that point, but unfortunately, both teams ended up going down. So for our first team coming into the game, didn't actually end up playing too well.
Yeah, from first place yesterday to being the first to go down, it's not a great start. Taking a look here though, Hen, Chapix, Janice, these guys did have a decent game, right, to kick things off. I think they're going to be looking to sort of build on what they just achieved. I think they just got, what, 3rd place there? So a really good start.
Let's go.
Exactly what you expect.
Let's go.
You know, amazing form at the moment. And then the VR there, what a shot there from the deal. Great stuff. Take a look at the leaderboard. Changes. This is what happens with Cammy, City, and Teak. I talked to the beginning about.
Wait, I might add RNG ability 50 side to it.
For things to change, and with that victory out, with Dion O'Reilly and Reason will pull away just for now. Hen, Chapter,
and how you spell it? Tell me.
Shortly and closely behind them as well.
Yeah, and all of our top 3 are so close right now. 9 points between the top 3 going into the next 5 games. And you notice all 3 of these names were in that end game playing as a duo. You know, Shio kind of mentioned it a little bit, but we saw Noah Riley go down at the top when he's going for height, and he had the rocket launcher, but you know,
yo, what's up, Cloud?
Pick up that big victory royale. But you know, Hen, Janice were also playing as a duo.
Nightmares, I'm gonna add you a position, alright, Nightmares?
All duos playing in the end game.
I add you a position, Nightmares.
A ton of points, just shows how good these teams really are.
Yeah, I want to highlight Anderlecht, Snazy, and Exqueeze there in 9th, right? They got 4th in that final game there. And so to see, you know, what they can do, they had a great start yesterday. They had another similar-ish start where, you know, they had a really good first game and things sort of tailed off towards the back end. So can they sort of, you know, sustain this level of performance over the course of the next, you know, 5 games? If they can, then I'm sure they're going to push way higher than 9th. But it's all about being able to put that into motion. Keycoat, Slender,
yo, now Nightmares, can you look for my friend request on Fortnite? Fortnite, that's it too.
Now
That's
they are,
it.
right? So just one victory, not even victory. I keep saying it.
If it's up to you.
Just one second place alone, is enough to push you so far up the standings.
I want you to
You were
accept
trying to
it, but
project
you might
onto
not
them.
say. You might say
Hopefully
no,
these
so
guys
it's
can
up
pick
to you.
up
So
the battle,
yeah.
They got it yesterday. Their games yesterday were interesting because they were actually battling back and
Bro,
forth between
but
Andalex,
these
Snazy,
kids
Big
are
Squeeze. We
crap.
see Kiko's team landing in retail row, and then we see also Andelex's team landing down in Kai corner. So they're kind of opposing Storm Surge strategies, right? They need to fight against each other. But in that game, they ended up actually not. So both performing very, very well. And you said in that game, you said they're similar to the first day tomorrow. They started first in the first game yesterday, and fourth in the first game yesterday, and fourth today as well.
Anything goes right now, Fortnite fan. With 5 games left, who will be our new FNCS Trios champion? We're getting closer to find out. But for now,
I went through the guy.
Once again, and back into the action. It's Shy Wager. It's Sancho West. Over to you guys.
Who will be our Trios FNCS champion might be the hardest question to answer because the variables are changing each and every game.
Wait, tell me if you get the stuff, okay?
Chaotic those variables were changed. I mentioned that yesterday, that this kind of formula,
I'm about to
it's all
leave. I
set,
left.
everyone had it, but literally the entire formula has changed.
I didn't get the stuff. Damn. He scammed me.
You scammed us.
No, Jay told me, right? Jay, you told me it.
Yeah.
So I didn't really. So he scammed us.
Because it posted.
Yeah.
Oh, every FPS you supposed to get.
Who's here?
You supposed to watch everything. Everything.
No, it just says you jump into to go watch the thing. That's it.
What?
Don't buy anything. But too bad I got the back link.
Oh, okay.